What's up, everyone? My name is Youngblood, and welcome to my first video coming into 2025. And with that, we're seeing a lot of advancements in AI technology. We got OpenAI releasing the Sora model to the public, and we got O3 model coming. And then we got the Google Suite AI Suite products, which I got to test out and which are phenomenal. And you got to check out that beat mixer if you got it. And then you got Anthropic making some cool advancements. With this video, I want to talk about how you could 10x your productivity and be really competitive and have success in 2025. It doesn't matter if you're a student, if you're using this for the professional environment, if you're an entrepreneur, or if you're a transitioning vet coming into the civilian sector, which I have experience with. So let me give you a little background about myself. I served 5 years active duty within the Air Force. I have my bachelor's degree. I've obtained certifications. I've also had, since I was at a Space Force base, I had the opportunity to take part in the Supra Coders program. I went through a boot camp and I got to do full stack development. So I learned the parent stack, and I also got to code for the innovation sector. And then after that, I actually got to lead some projects there and utilizing agile skills and all that. So I thought I was cream of the crop. I ended up leaving active duties to go to the civilian sector. And boy, the world slapped my face hardcore. This is when AI was kind of taking over, and then junior dev jobs out of nowhere require like 8 years experience, 10 years experience, and a plethora of different languages. And you have to be a newly grad, by the way. So that was insane. And I would go to job fairs, talk to recruiters. They gave me a positive thing like, hey, yeah, we got you. We're going to hire you. You're going to be our number one. We got you. And I would get ghosted, hear nothing. I'll do a follow-up. Hey, sir, Harris Youngblood here. Me and you talked, and nothing. Or, hey, things change. We're on a freeze. And, just stuff like that. And I was expecting another baby. Or my wife was expecting another baby. So I was scared, Instead of giving up, I utilized ChatGPT to really find the weaknesses in my resume. And I also reached out to my friends and coworkers that I had, and I was like, hey, can you overlook this? Is there something I'm missing? So really leverage that plus AI, and I would kind of refine how I'm going about interviews as well. I would keep pinging it like, hey, what do I do about this? What should I focus on? So I really refined my skills doing that. And not too long, I was given an opportunity to interview, which I thought was going to be a dev position. But then my boss was like, hey, look, you have military experience leading projects. You have an understanding of this. How about you try and be a requirements analyst, which kind of led into being a product manager. So before that interview, I had nothing. I've done some certification courses from leadership, but I was like, how do I go about this? So asked ChatGPT like, hey, what are key skills that are required for a product manager? And it was essentially being a sergeant in the Air Force. And I just kept putting myself in mock interviews with that. I kept prompting it like, hey, what about this? What about this? Give you some key things to look for, especially in AI projects. So did my interview, came prepared, and I crushed it, and I ended up getting the position as a product manager. So at the start of my professional career, my big boy job, I was tasked to lead some automation projects, trying to automate data and fill it into Monday.com. And I never done that before. So I was, again, utilizing AI, and I'm scouring the internet on how to go about this. I asked ChatGPT like, hey, what are some good programs to use for automation? And it recommended Zapier, it recommended Make. I started learning those products about automation. That's when it really started to resonate me that these big organizations, no matter what it is, no matter if it's military, education, or the health sector, they're all looking to change over to automating workflows. And with those automatic workflows, they're also looking into incorporating LLMs into their sector. You got the VA, which is veteran VARs, looking into incorporating AI chatbots and to help streamline processes. It helps out and it simplifies the task tremendously. If you're a student, if you're trying to study and brush up on stuff, you can utilize applications like Perplexity to ask questions like, hey, what is hemoglobin? I don't know who hemoglobin is, but It'll give you sources, and also will give you a quick kind of synopsis about what it is, and then it'll give you resources of like, here's what hemoglobin is, here's a study here, and it really 10x's your productivity with school, especially when trying to tackle large assignments and they're like, hey, this is going to be due in 2 days, and you're like, wow, and it really gives you back your time. And if you're a work professional, I could relate to you guys, because I use ChatGPT, I use Perplexity, I use these applications, one, to learn tasks rapidly, and also to be highly effective and competitive within my workplace. Like what I said before, the military has taught me always to adapt to situations, and with these AI tools, you can literally be a chameleon. You could have a lot of learning quick skills to do a lot of things, learning how to reports and how to come up with budgets and a plethora of other things, also creating graphs and diagrams with like mermaid charts and stuff like that. Always being a worker, outputting a lot, getting that experience, getting that notoriety, growing that network. And if you're an entrepreneur, using automation tasks like make.com, Zapier, Langflow, for email scraping, for stuff like that, and really 10x your production and being competitive within this space. So the first thing you want to do is you want to find that pain point. You want to find that obnoxious task where you're like, hey, this is dumb and I really don't want to pay someone to do this, but I need to find a way to doing this. Once you find, and you're like, hey, it's sending out these daily emails. This is getting annoying. I need to find a better way of doing this. So what do? First, you look into automation tools like make.com, Langflow, Zapier. Any preference that you have, choose it, and also make sure that it supports what you want to do. And then after that, what you do is you pick those tools and you make sure they can accomplish the task that you want. Once you do that, you build it out, you build out that flow, and you're like, hey, start from this point, go through this LLM, get this text ready before sending it out, let me check it, and then run it, send it. And at first, you're gonna need to really monitor how it's working out, make sure everything is working, make sure you start off small, make sure, all right, it's hitting what I want, refine, iterate it, make sure it's running as you plan. And then once you're done with that, you scale it up. Once you scale it up, you'll see it, measure your wins, make sure it's doing what you want it to do. And to tell you guys the truth, I believe there's a cultural shift happening within our workforce environment. I've experienced this on the military side. I'm experiencing it here in the professional side, that companies and people, they want to start doing more with less. And with these AI agents, they're able to be that 24-hour employee that you have, and they make these tasks a lot easier, and they save you money, they save you time, and they really do 10x what you have to do. And the thing that you guys could do to future-proof your guys' flow, or how you guys go about doing things, is to embrace yourself in this technology. Look at what's new. Look at Perplexity. Look at what's new with Anthropic. Look at the Google AI suite. If you make beats, you have a beat maker there. It's not gonna be the best, it's not gonna be the perfect, but make yourself competitive. If you're doing YouTube faceless videos, 11 Labs, that's already been around for a long time. People talk about it a lot, but also utilize creativity. Find a way of how to make it flow. Doesn't matter if you're a student, again, medical professional, in the education, professional, entrepreneur, always find that edge, always utilize those tools, be competitive. In the upcoming videos, I'm gonna release how to go about these tools. I'm gonna create workflows and really grow this community for the Young Blood family. So thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Have a good day. Peace out.